Hello everyone and welcome to the short video on how to do Gamechanger, and this is for those of you who may have missed the Scorekeeper Clinic or you just want a refresher. This is one of the iPads that you would potentially check out from the snack bar. If you go to the snack bar and provide them with your ID, the board member on duty will give you a iPad, and then just remember to return the iPad and get your ID back at the end of the day there. Okay, so Gamechanger will be right here on the surface, and just go ahead and tap on it. It'll open up. Now in this instance, someone's already been logged into Gamechanger, and so if this happens and you go and it shows another team on there, don't worry about it. Just hit the three dashes in the upper left-hand corner there. That'll bring up your account information, and then you just want to select your account, and then go ahead and sign out for that person. Okay. Now in this instance, the manager is the team admin as well as the league. Please leave the league as one of the admins. We do that so that way if we need to add games for playoffs or if we need to go in and make corrections to games, we can go ahead and do so. It just allows the league to do that. In this instance, the manager has created an admin account for the scorekeepers, that OCLO Brewers account, and they gave that information to the various scorekeepers so they were able to go ahead and score the games. All right, so we've go ahead and we've already logged in, we've done everything, and we have our lineups there. And now once you log in, you'll see this upcoming game right here, the Yankees at the Brewers. Go ahead and tap on that game. It'll open it up and ask you what you want to do. You want to go ahead and tap the score game. And it's going to ask you the team that you're with. Are you home or away? Now, traditionally, the home team is the one that does the iPad. The visiting team does the paper book. But depending on if you feel more comfortable doing the paper versus iPad, you can go ahead and switch. It's up to you, but just make sure that you're both in agreement in terms of what you're going to be doing with that. Okay? So in this instance, the home field is away, or we are the home field. And right here we're getting a warning that your lineup has a short fielder, but you don't have short fielders turned on for this team. You may need to update the team's settings to use short fielders. This was a single A game, and they have 4 fielders. So single A and farm, you get to 4 fielders in the outfield. In order to turn that on, you want to go to Menu, Settings, and right there where it says Short Fielder, Extra Outfielder, just tap on the left, right, center. The other important thing in the settings that you want to make sure is on is Enable Game Clock. So right there where it's green, it's turned on, and you see that it's in the bottom. If it's turned off, we'll go ahead and exit, and you see the game clock has gone away. We want to make sure that that game clock is enabled because the scorekeeper for the iPad is the one who's keeping time for the game. Now the umpire will turn to you and he or she will tell you, go ahead and start the clock. Now we are not ready to that, but when we do, we'll go ahead and review that. So you see the Brewers manager put in their lineup, and if you go to the opponent's side, they haven't put in their lineup yet. And this may happen from time to time, so what you want to do is just tap the Add from Bench. Now the order that you tap the players is the order that they will appear in the lineup. So let's say J&M number 10 is the very first batter. You tap him, he's going to appear first. LA is the second batter, so you tap him, he's going to appear second. And it'll see that as we go through the lineup here, and as we're tapping, that's the exact order that they will appear in the lineup as you're done. Okay? You go ahead and see, that's exactly what happened. That's how they appeared in the lineup. So go back to our team here, make sure everybody is in the lineup. What will occasionally happen is the manager will come up to you and they'll say, you know what, number 12, Zhang, is sick today, they didn't show up. Now how do you take that player out of the lineup? If you touch those 3 dashes next to their names, to go ahead and just tap it. Go ahead and tap the player itself, and then you want to sub out of lineup, and we'll just leave empty, we'll fill that later. Now obviously we can't just leave that slot, so we want to go ahead and remove that. And now he's been taken out of the lineup. And you can do the same thing if it was, say, the middle of the lineup. You can sub them out and then leave blank. But we're not going to do that. We'll leave that player in there. Okay? Another thing you've noticed is right here where it says tap to set pitcher. The coach for this is not set who is pitching right now. And so obviously before you can do that, you need to assign a pitcher there. So let's tap to set pitcher. We're going to set the pitcher. And we're going to pick from our lineup here. And now we've created a hole at second base that we need to fill. So we're going to put that person in at second base. So we're right now we've got everything set up. The game hasn't started. The managers meeting hasn't happened. Lineup is good right here. My opponent's lineup is good. Okay, we're ready to go. They have the managers meeting, and the umpire turns to you and says, start the clock. Right here where the clock is, you just tap on it and click, you tap on the start, and it'll go ahead and it'll start the game clock there. And that'll continue on through the game. The rules for no new inning are very specific. So for farm, there is no new inning started after 1:15. For A and double A, it is after 1 hour and 30 minutes. And for AAA and majors, it is after 1 hour and 45 minutes. Now, an inning is considered started when the home team completes their third out. If there is 1 minute and 44, if there's 1 hour and 44 minutes left in the game and they get a third out, they continue on with the next inning, even though there's 1 minute left in that game. Okay. Now, right now, you're ready to go. You're ready to score the game. In the center there, where you see the pitch is showing off it's kind of pulsing there. Go ahead and tap on that, and it'll let you do that. And you just call balls, and as the umpire's calling balls and strikes, you touch it. So you threw a ball to the first guy, got a called strike. Third pitch, we had a hard ground ball. It was a single, and it'll ask you, well, where was the single there? It says drag the glove to where the ball was fielded. So it was a single to short that was all the way over here. And the shortstop didn't quite get to it in time, so that guy got on base. Okay. Next batter, we have ball, but it was a wild pitch, and it got by the catcher. So in that instance, the first base coach was on top of it, and he sent this guy over to second base, and he is safe. And we're going to say it was a passed ball because the catcher could have got it. Now, the way I moved him is I just tapped and held on him, and it brings up all the options in terms of what you can do. Okay. Now, if you ever make a mistake, the beautiful thing is right here in the bottom right-hand corner is the undo button, and you can just undo what you did. So if you accidentally move him over and they said it was no play in the ball, or they made him go back, or you accidentally said it was a strike, but then it was really a ball, you can undo that, and then the strike goes away. Just gives you various options in terms of what you're able to do here. Okay, so we'll do a couple of more here. Ball in play, hard ground ball. You got a double all the way out into left field there, right field. And you see how the batters will automatically move over. Everything continues to. We're going to do a couple guys here just to get some runs in. And now as those runs come across, it's going to ask you, is this batter safe, or was he out, or did he go back to third because he stayed at third, he didn't advance? So it's asking you at the top here, did the runner score? Number 10 did score, number 7 did score. Okay. Again, you just go through, swing and a miss, called strike, got a strikeout there. And it takes that batter away from you. This guy got hit by a pitch, automatically moves him over to first base. Okay. And a little wild pitch right here, another hit by the pitch, so bases are loaded here. Okay. They've got a big hitter up in their guy, and ball in play. And this was one of those lovely that we see often inside the park home runs. Went all the way out to left field there. Okay. Now we have a 5-run limit in all of the divisions except for majors, unless it's the 6th inning, and the 6th inning is unlimited. So right now we're in the 1st inning, but oops, this guy has given up 6 runs. Well, ump will call it then that it's 5 runs, and they'll start switching sides. But we need to correct the fact that they got 6 runs. Now we don't just give that guy a triple so he doesn't come in and score. We need to properly reflect and give the hitter credit for that home run that he just hit. So the way to correct the score, you go into menu, and you go into manual overrides. You tap on that 6, just hit back, change it into a 5, select save, and there you'll see that the score has properly been changed to 5 runs. Now this still shows that the Yankees are up at bat, but we've obviously ended that inning. So the other thing you need to do in the menu is tap on menu, and then select end half inning, and it'll tell you this is what's going on. You're in the middle of the first. The Yankees gave up, or the Brewers gave up 6 runs, 4 hits, 0 errors on 12 pitches. That's who's due up next. I'm going to accept and switch that. Now you'll notice here that the Yankees didn't set any of their fielders. The way to go ahead and do that is you just tap on the fielder and you just select where you want the players to go ahead and play. And it may be shown in lineup, it may not be. And this isn't the super most important thing for some of the minor divisions. It's just good practice for when you get to majors, that you're able to reflect all of those plays accurately as they're happening. But the coaches usually will set that. But as they switch players in and out, you don't necessarily have to. But the easiest way to do it is if you, again, tap on the player, and then you can just swap them out. It'll automatically swap it out as the swaps happen. Okay? So we have this pitcher here, and again, just calling balls and strikes. Ball in play, we'll get a single. And again, you just drag it over to where it happened. Same thing as the other one, same instance. Everything is continuing on the same there. Okay. Now, once you have gone through and the game is over with, so we'll go through a couple innings here. Let these guys continue to play. Let's say the game is over with at this point. We want to go ahead and we want to stop the clock. That way we know that it ended. In this instance, our game ended at 6 minutes and 23 seconds. And once we're done, we want to tap on the menu. And we're going to make sure that we select game over. Before we do that, we need to make sure that our pitching logs are filled out for the minor A, for the single A, double A, and triple A divisions. There will be a question in terms of the number of pitches for all those pitchers. In order to get your pitches, you want to tap on the pitcher and say view pitch counts. And then we'll give you the pitch counts for both of them. That first number, if you look at the key below, it's pitches, the number of strikes, and the strike percentage. So the Yankees batted through 6 pitches, 5 of them were strikes, and the Brewers pitcher threw 12 pitches, and 8 of them were strikes. Okay? Once you guys have your pitch logs done, you're all complete there, then you want to go ahead and exit the menu. So go through, select game over. You don't necessarily need to assign a winning pitcher, losing pitcher, save, blown saves. We're not getting into those levels of technicality at the moment. Then you want to skip and finalize game, and then it'll finalize the game for you, and then you're done. Now, if you went ahead and finalized the game before you did pitch counts, you can select resume scoring, and again, you can go back, view pitch counts, and you're able to view your pitch counts that way. Once you're done, make sure you go to menu, exit current game. It'll take you back and give you what the final score was, and takes you back here. And again, now you want to go through here. You want to go to your account and then sign out before you're done.